Hello and welcome to EduTalk. This is a program which is a conversation among my co-hosts, Carolyn Trott and Trevor Riemann, myself, Mark Jacobs, and you, my fellow parents and future parents. On this program, we're going to discuss all aspects of education and parenting. Here's the problem. In our world where we have so many choices, as parents, we feel limited. We feel like the educational choices have been taken away from us and we have to follow just one path. That's not true. This show is dedicated to showing you educational alternatives, parenting alternatives, and in the process, critically analyzing these so we can all make good decisions, informed decisions about how to best raise our children.
And today's In the Spotlight is actually Goddard College. It's a college that's based in Vermont. It does have a satellite campus in Washington State. And what it does is it's a low residency intensive program. So students only go there for about 2 weeks, check in with their advisors and check in with their peers, and then move on and go out into the world. The school is actually based on the philosophy of John Dewey, who believed that education and real-world work experience are intricately linked and play off of each other. With such alumni as famous actor William H. Macy and playwright David Mamet, Goddard College is a different example of how higher education could be self-directed. So let's take a look at the video.
We are on our way to visit Goddard College, which is a low residency program. What does that mean? Well, it means that you are only actually at the school for a week or a few days longer, once per semester. It's a small college. It has approximately 600 students in the whole program who are not all living here at the same time. Goddard has this low residency model.
Yes.
So what is that about?
What that is at this time, it's an 8-day residency, essentially a week, that faculty, staff, students in the program are here on campus, and the objective is to come together as a learning community, and the students are here to develop their semester plan. At the end of that week, they go off, faculty go off, everyone leaves, the campus becomes pretty well empty, and they go off into their home communities.
Try to give a real specific description of a semester plan.
The majority of our students at this moment, even though most of the time we're kind of split 50-50, are seeking a teaching license. For the students seeking a teaching license, is a little bit more structure to their study plan of what they're doing. In other words, they must complete a competency-based model of learning. So they have to demonstrate competency levels in certain areas, such as understanding of special education in public schools. That would be one. Now, how they go about doing that is all very different.
It doesn't seem like you can have absolutely traditional
Yeah.
assessment in a program like this.
Right, we don't have grades. So it's a narrative form of assessment, which other colleges also have this model. But I think what's important is that it's an ongoing assessment through the semester. So what happens is it becomes a conversation. Like if you're my faculty advisor and I'm submitting my work to you, it's like you're not going to respond and just say, check off, good paper, thank you, all done. It's like really about the content that you wrote about. And if say you're in a school and you're doing some observations and you have some ideas of what's happening and questions and more questions develop, then your faculty member is going to respond to that. It becomes this conversation back and forth and back and forth. So when students are here this week, they select their area of study. which looks very much like a course, and it has a description, and then they add their content of what they're going to do. In like our undergraduate program and other programs that we have here, like the MFA, the artist programs, they do at the end of the semester course equivalents. So what they're doing is taking their learning and forming it then into courses. And the reason for that really is that, you know, Goddard is pretty singular in the world. So when they go out, if they maybe want to go into a doctoral program, it helps them to have course equivalents on their transcripts. They still have their narrative evaluation written by their faculty. They do a self-evaluation too. Their thesis, their final semester, for undergraduates, it's a senior study, the final semester. They get a second reader, you know, another faculty member that reviews their work as well. But yes, so it's a narrative transcript, but it will, for the most part, have these course equivalents or areas of study named so that other people understand their work who don't come from Goddard.
Well, here we are at lovely Goddard College. What a beautiful rural setting. These series of very nice buildings. The cafeteria and a beautiful theater upstairs. There you get a little panorama view of the place. We're going to walk around the building this way. Here's the other side of that nice big building, which has the Hay Barn Theater, which is a small theater they're using for classroom-like activities. And then there's also dormitories, because during the time people are here, they do need a place to stay. And that, for the most part, completes our tour of Goddard College.
So testing competency outside of the school based on the student's experience. What do you think of this model, especially at the higher education level?
When I heard about Goddard for the first time, I felt I wish I was there. When I loved going to college, I loved becoming a teacher, but I felt restricted because it was all decided for me what kind of classes I can take. I think that the students must be so motivated going to this college by making their own choices in what kind of direction they would like to go.
It's ironic, I think, because we're all natural learners when we're young. We're self-directed, and then we learn not to be. And we have to unlearn that in order to become effective self-directed learners again. But Goddard is a place that's allowing people to go back to becoming self-directed learners. Well, we are out of time in today's episode, so please join us next time on EduTalk.